if you are someone who doesn't care about the words that are coming out of my mouth and just wants to watch me rub lotions on my face and talk about my skin, fair enough. I create skincare videos because I want to, I'm enthusiastic and passionate about my skincare routine, and I want to share my so-called secrets, and that's why I create those videos. The main reason I create videos specifically about my tretinoin usage and the longevity of my tretinoin usage is because I want people to understand, especially young people, but all people, to understand that you can achieve optimal, amazing, excellent results without doing injections, period. So that's what I represent. I unfortunately see myself as an endangered species. I seem to be a dying breed of women and men who are electing to opt out of Botox, fillers, cosmetic procedures, plastic surgery, all of that. We're choosing to go the natural route and age naturally and gracefully. And to me, this comes naturally because I don't prefer that aesthetic, I have to say. It might sound harsh, but that aesthetic of people's faces being filled and plumped and tightened and frozen with Botox, that's just not I don't find that attractive. So I'm certainly not going to do that to my own face, but I also don't prefer it when I see that in others. I see, in fact, so many women and men ruining their natural beauty when they start poking and prodding and injecting their faces with these foreign chemicals, these neurotoxins, and I would like to bring to attention, you're injecting it in your face, right? So this is the center of your senses, and it's so close to the brain. I wonder if, in fact, my mom and I talked about this a while ago. She was like, I wonder if like Botox and fillers, if that stuff was free, I wonder if people would voluntarily give their body to like have that done to them. And I said, I don't think so. To me, it seems very extreme and disturbing to inject your face with these foreign substances in the name of beauty. I find it to be a very saddening trend, and I think it speaks to this standard of beauty that everyone looks the same. I look around me and there are so few examples of people like me, and I do see some other people, Melissa 55 here on YouTube, Mary Ellen after 60. Those are the two that come to my mind off the top of my head, but I am one. People who are choosing to do topical treatment only and not go that route of these invasive, disturbing injection procedures where you're interrupting Mother Nature and ruining, frankly, your own natural beauty and not letting yourself age naturally and gracefully. The reason I make the tretinoin videos is because I think people grossly underestimate the power of tretinoin. That is, using tretinoin for a year, 2, 3, 4, or even 10 years is going to give you amazing results. People like me who've been using it I've been using it for about 22 plus years at this point, so literally half of my life, I've been using tretinoin. The results of tretinoin compound over time, so they get exponentially greater. So I've said this before, but my skin now at age 42 is tighter, firmer, smoother, shinier, clearer, better in every way than it was at 27, 28. It really is. So I didn't believe it when my mother told me this, or when I had heard other testimonials from people who have been using tretinoin for decades. I did know from visually speaking, from a visual standpoint, that they were like 60 and they looked like they were 45. Their skin was just smooth and tight and amazing. And I thought, wow, wouldn't that be awesome? And as I've gotten older, I have to say that indeed, the results compound, they accumulate in the positive sense, and they increase exponentially. The longer you use this drug, and it is a powerful drug, it's a prescription strength topical drug. So people grossly underestimate, and they think that you can't get results like mine with topical treatment alone. I'm here to tell you that you can. And to that point, if people say she's claiming that it's tretinoin alone, I never said that my results and the way my face looks is because of tretinoin alone. In fact, the number one contributor to the way I look, skin aside, the way I look, my face, I was born with this face. I'm trying to gather my thoughts. I'm traveling, as you can see, so I'm all over the place, but I lost my train of thought, forgive me. But I neglect to acknowledge my genetics, I do. I would like to acknowledge my genetic source material such that it is, that besides my skin, the condition of my skin and the way I take care of it, and that it yields this appearance, and I protect it and all the things that I talk about. My face itself, my features and the anatomy of my face, my physicality, and the rest of me, for that matter, is a product at its core of my genetic makeup. So I was, baby, I was born this way. So I don't know what to tell you. But no, it's not tretinoin alone. Diet has a huge role in skin health and in overall health, but particularly the skin. I've said that before, that what you put in, it's going to come out in your skin one way or another. Moving your body. I do yoga every single day. I exercise. I move my body all the time, every day. I'm very active. I sleep well. I sleep on time. I wake up early. I go to bed early. I manage my stress in a meaningful way. I have purpose in life. I have relationships. I have love in my life. So all of these things, it's not just tretinoin, absolutely not. And I never claimed that the way I look or my skin or anything is solely because of tretinoin. I credit daily protection, daily preservation of my skin. And I have been preserving my skin since I was 20. So if you think when someone uses tretinoin for the first time when they're 48, it's going to be a whole different picture than someone like me who started at age 20, when the skin is barely aged at that age. And so you're preserving that. So that's why I look younger than my chronological age, because I started tretinoin treatment so young. Age 20 is very young to start anti-aging topical treatment. I fully admit that. But because I started so young, it means that I have preserved much of that 20-year-old skin, and then it has gotten, like I said, exponentially tighter, firmer. And that's another thing. People think that tretinoin only targets one thing, like anti-aging blanket. I will tell you, and you can also look at the scientific literature, that tretinoin increases your body's natural collagen production, which decreases naturally as we age, but tretinoin activates the collagen production in your skin. Tretinoin also increases the cell turnover, as we know, so you're getting a new face every day because your skin is constantly peeling. But it also makes your skin firmer, tighter. I will tell you that especially the skin around my mouth, my eyes, the corners of my eyes, and my forehead, it has all gotten so tight. I would say, I have to say this, I have to disclaim, I've never gotten Botox, so I don't know what Botox feels like or what it does actually, but I would imagine that tretinoin, in the way that I have used it for over 2 decades, I think it's better because, number one, you don't have to pinch your face with stuff and put neurotoxins in your body, but number two, so it's not invasive. That's why I'm so enthusiastic about tretinoin. So it's not invasive, and then I'm in control of the result. I can stop tretinoin at any time. Nobody else is touching my face. And the second reason is because it is, in my opinion, without having known, so take my opinion with a grain of salt, because I don't know the effects of Botox and how that works exactly. I know that it tightens the skin, right? That's the idea. Does it tighten it or does it do it internally? I actually don't know, but I think the result is like tight skin. Well, I can tell you that my skin with tretinoin usage is very tight, but I will show you that I still have full movement in my skin. That's something a lot of people say, that your face is static and you don't move. Well, that has nothing to do with my skin. That's just a factor of my personality. I'm not a very physically expressive person. I'm not very animated. Although I have been practicing smiling for the past year. I've been practicing smiling because I recognize that I'm not a smiley person, and I'm trying to work on that. You know me, I'm always like practice, practice, practice. So I've been practicing smiling diligently every day for the past year. So I have been practicing that just for like social, smoothing out social friction, because on that end, I have some social deficits that are tangential to my ASD thing. So all of this to say, I'm not a, some people, and I actually envy this in people, because perhaps because I'm lacking it. It's like grass is always greener syndrome. Some people are very like animated and like, yay, and they're very this way. I'm not that way. Regular viewers of mine will know that I'm not an animated, like, extroverted person. However, this YouTube outlet is helping me to break out of my shell. So I think I'm getting a little bit better, but bear with me. The progress is not going to be so quick, so fast. It's going to take some time, but I've been practicing smiling. But to get it out of the way, I guess some people say that your face doesn't move. It's not that my face doesn't move, it's that I don't move my face. So it's my personality combined with the fact that I'm not going to encourage that which I can prevent, which is to say I'm not going to overuse my face. So I'm not going to encourage it. So I have this bonus fringe benefit of already being like a stoic, kind of reserved lady. It has made my face look like this. But I will just show you, if you are one who is, well, I suppose there's not anything, that's another lesson I learned, is that no matter what I say, if you want to disbelieve me, you're going to disbelieve me no matter what I say. That goes for anyone on the internet. I've realized that. But my motto and the way I live my life is that I've always been taught that integrity, personal integrity, and truth telling is the highest form of currency that we have. That and our capacity to communicate effectively. So those two things I have, that's my compass in life, and that's never steered me wrong. Just tell the truth and always align your actions with what you say you're going to do. Follow through, tell the truth, and you will be okay in life. And it seems to be that has indeed, it makes life very simple, makes it very, there's this contentment and peace when you go to bed at night, that you know that you're living in complete authenticity, and it's freeing. So yes, it can create these socially frictionated circumstances, especially in my adolescence. But as an adult, I find that people with whom I interact find it actually very refreshing, that Jennifer is just a straight, direct, precise, clear woman. And so anyway, for the people that don't believe me, I'm not in the persuasive arts, and that's not my objective. You can believe what you want, but there are some people for whom their belief is that the earth is flat. However, that belief doesn't change the objective reality that the earth is indeed round. So what I'm trying to say is that whether or not people believe me doesn't alter the truth. So the truth is that I've never gotten Botox, I've never gotten fillers, I've never gotten plastic surgery, and I never will. I just am not into body modification. I quite like my physical appearance, if I can be so bold to say that. I just did, so apparently I am. I quite like the way I look, and I'm not going to ruin it with any of these interventions. But I think a lot of people would just wish I would address the elephant in the room and like show my face moving, and then that would put this to rest. The reason I haven't done that thus far is because, frankly, it makes me feel like a dancing monkey. Like, hey, do this to prove to the haters that you don't get Botox and fillers. And it just seems so silly to me. It seems very silly to me, and kind of, just silly. But in the name of I don't know what, but I will do it. I have nothing to hide with this or anything else. I have nothing to hide, and I will gladly do it. So if this is what you want, get ready for it. I'll even put a timestamp down below if you just are not interested in hearing me speak, and you just want to see this. So don't get scared. I'm gonna get very close to the camera and I'll move my hair out of the way. So here's my face. You can see I have freckles. I do have sun damage like a human being. Although I protect my skin, I have a birthmark. I have acne scars. And then now I'm gonna show you all my wrinkles and crinkles. So there's a wrinkly face. I'm gonna scrunch it as hard as I can. You can see I have wrinkles in my forehead, a lot of them when I do this. I almost hate doing this because it's gonna encourage wrinkles where there aren't any. By the way, the reason I don't have wrinkles is because I don't do this. I don't do this, but yes, you can see underneath my eyes, all the lines. You can see I have crow's feet and I do have lines. I notice I have wrinkles in my chin even. So yeah, and I can do this. I can look mad. I have 11s. I can do everything. And my face has full mobility. And yeah, so actually that is like, my face hurts from doing that because I never, well, as you know, I never exercise those muscles. So that was my workout for the day. But yeah, my face has full mobility. I just don't move it because, first of all, it's ridiculous. And to that end, I think people say it's weird that your face doesn't move, Jennifer. This is a difference in personality because I think it's weird if I all of a sudden just start like expressing and being very animated, because that's not me, and then start moving my face in all kinds of directions and lifting my eyebrows and doing this just to move my face. I don't naturally do that. So to me, that would be ridiculous. But apparently me keeping my face static and in a resting position, that's the first thing people notice about me, is that I, quote unquote, have a frozen face, or that my face doesn't move. No, my face moves like the rest of me. I'm actually very flexible in my face, as you can see. As I am the rest of my body, I have full mobility, but I'm not going to encourage wrinkling. That to me seems stupid. And when I can just rest my face. It's also just a product of my occupation. I'm a yoga and meditation teacher. So part of the things that I actually teach and practice are resting the muscles of not only the body, but the face as well. Because a lot of us hold stress in the face and we don't even know that we're crinkling and crunching and scrunching our faces, especially the eyebrow region, especially the forehead. So one of the first things that we learn in yoga teacher training is to relax the forehead and relax the muscles of the eyebrows and release the brow. And they even tell us to imagine releasing the muscle on the scalp. So that's how you can do it right now. That's how resting we want our facial muscles, but particularly they focus on this. They want this to be very, very serene. So if we create that in our physicality, the mind tends to go where the body goes. So we relax the body, and with that, we actually start with the muscles of the face. So it's been my training with my yoga background and my mindfulness meditation background. It's actually been my legitimate training to know how to condition and literally train the muscles of my face to be in a relaxed position 24/7. So I recommend it. What people do with their own bodies doesn't affect mine. Live and let live. It's a personal choice. But my point is, like, if you do that stuff and you do skincare, how is a viewer supposed to know what's affecting what and what result is coming from what intervention? So with me, it's very clean because I share my diet, I share my body movement, my exercise, I talk about all the lifestyle habits that I have, and my skincare routine, as you know, is extremely simple. It's streamlined. And the power product is tretinoin. And yes, tretinoin in a year's time or 2 years' time or 5 or 10 years' time is going to yield amazing results. Let's please not forget I've been using it for over 2 decades. So that's a huge amount of time. So that's why I say people grossly underestimate this drug and the power of this drug. It will create immaculate skin. Firmness, smoothness, clarity, you name it. But yes, I make these videos because I don't want young women. I know from my demographics that I have so many young girls and women watching me. And if they think that Jennifer has done all this stuff to her face and she's lying and she's saying it's all tretinoin, they're going to think that in order for them to get this result, they're going to also need to do Botox and stuff if they're assuming that I've done that. So it's very important for me to be outspoken about this topic. I'm more concerned about young, impressionable girls and women, young women, body dysmorphia and things. It's growing in men too. But for young women, I think they see people who have had all these procedures done and then they're claiming it's skincare only. The waters get very muddied. And so I wanted to say it with my chest and say it in my own words. You can hear it from the horse's mouth. You don't have to rely on speculation from people who don't know me, who've never spoken to me. But that's a whole other thing. I think people just get very obsessed, and let's not do that. You can ask me straightforwardly, do you do this, that, and I will answer straightforwardly. I have nothing to hide, and I sleep very well at night. The truth has legs, and it will stand, and it does. I'm not hiding anything, and I'm transparent on YouTube as I am in my real life. When I make videos on YouTube, I'm not performing. This is not a character. I'm not a content creator, Jennifer, and then a living my life, Jennifer. I sit down and I make these videos very intentionally, and I take my responsibility to my audience very seriously. One of my problems, in fact, is that I just take life and things too seriously, in fact. I have a duty of care to you watching this, my viewing audience, to be completely and utterly transparent about what I do and do not do to my face. And I am. I'm very transparent about that, and I have been very candid about my usage of tretinoin since a young age. And I think it's a little bit ridiculous for people that don't know me and have never spoken to me or interacted with me in any way, shape, or form to make wild, sweeping generalizations and assumptions and presuppositions about me when they don't know. How can someone know what I do? It's like almost like saying, I know what Jennifer wears to bed at night. No, you don't. You don't know anything about me. So you are looking at a video of mine and then picking it apart and scrutinizing every inch of my face, which is bizarre, but you're jumping to all kinds of conclusions. So I don't know. I think it might just be a factor of being publicly visible on the internet, and fair enough, because again, I am electing to put myself here. But I think I've said what I wanted to say. I wanted to get this off my chest because I have never been a shrinking violet. I'm not one who holds my tongue. When I have something to say, I say it, and I say it with my chest. I'm not scared to speak. I've said my piece, and it doesn't need to be reiterated anymore. It's a very cut and dry thing, actually, even though I've gone on and on, because as I said before also, brevity is not my strong suit. I need to work on being more concise and brief as I go on. One last thing I wanted to say is that I lost my thought. Hang on, let me think. I lost it. Where did the thought go? When I have something to say, I don't shy away from saying it, especially if it's something important. And with this issue, it is far deeper than just skin deep and beauty. It's deeper than that. There are so many young people that watch me, like I said, and if they think that the only way to achieve results like Jennifer Myers is to inject their faces with neurotoxins galore and foreign substances, and I don't even know what that's made of, but artificial stuff, and start poking their face with all this stuff, if they think that that's what's necessary to create the result that you see, that's a dangerous thought, because I don't want that to happen. I think it's so sad that people in their 20s are getting Botox and fillers to prevent aging of the skin. I find that very sad and disturbing, and it seems to be a trend that's not dying. That's why I said I apparently am representing an endangered species of people who are opting out of that whole scene. So I'll end it there, but because I think I recognize too that I think my opinion about that is harsh. I should just let people do what they want. It used to make me actually angry that people would mess up their faces with that stuff. It used to make me personally, like, I would get offended. I'm like, what are you doing to your face? But then I also think that's offensive to people who get that done, and there's no need to like insult those people. So I don't want to, like, whatever gets you out the door, who am I to judge? But the simple answer is that no, I don't participate in any of that. I never will, just like I'll never get a tattoo or go bungee jumping. Those things are just not for me. I've chosen to not do them. So it's like a very simple thing for me, but at the same time, obviously I have a lot to say about this topic. But you've heard it here now from the horse's mouth, me being the horse in this case. So yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I'm going to now, perfect timing. I passed the time. I was waiting for one of the I'm attending a conference. I'm in Dallas, Texas. Howdy, y'all. Yeehaw. I'm in Dallas, and first time in Texas, first time in Dallas, and I have about 20 minutes until the doors open for my first conference event. So I'm very excited, in fact. I have my green tea on deck. I've done this video, spoken to you all, hopefully shared some energy. I hope this video that's another reason I've never made this video, because I think it's a little bit negative, and I try not to, as you can see, hopefully, I try not to like feed into negativity, because not just in the YouTube digital space, but if you pay a lot of attention, or pay any attention for that matter, to negative energy, it makes it grow. So I have a feeling that this video, such that it is, it might trigger some people, and it might make people who already hate me even more, because it almost seems like people just hate the fact that I'm aging naturally and what I call gracefully, and that I'm proud. maybe I'm too proud of that. So, guilty as charged. I am proud. I'm proud to be a 42-year-old healthy woman who doesn't have stuff put in their face or body, who's doing it the natural way. Arguably known as not natural, so there's that, but doing it topically, I should say. So not doing anything weird, intervening, not interrupting Mother Nature. So yeah, I'm proud. I am proud, because I think it's a rarity, and I am proud. I'm loud and proud. So with that, I shall go downstairs, and attend my session. I shall see you soon. No, I shall not see you soon. I can't see any of you, unfortunately. You shall see me soon. And in the meantime, be well, stay healthy. Health is wealth. Good luck.